Sup everyone, it's Draco Evolve. This is your weekly roundup of everything related to Manchester United news that you may or may not have missed. So let's dive straight in. Just before we get started, I've got a special question at the end of the video. I just want to get everyone's thoughts on it, so do stick around to the end of the video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's see what everybody has to say. Pogba versus Souness, or Souness versus Pogba. It's been going back and forth, and this week it has kind of heated up, you can say. In a recent Q&A with Sunday Times, Graham Souness had this to say about Paul Pogba. Pogba has absolutely everything to be a top player. Great athleticism, super technique, but his attitude to the game is the polar opposite of mine. He goes out with one thought in his mind: I'm going to show everyone how clever I am today and be the star of the show. He'd be an absolute doddle to play against. And this is what Pogba had to reply back. I didn't even know who he was really. I heard he was a great player and stuff like that. I know the face, but not the name. I'm not someone who watches a lot of punditry. I watch a lot of football, but I don't stay after the game to listen to what they say about why they did this or why they did that. I like to focus on football. Graham Souness did hit back in a Sky Sports chatting session on Jamie Carragher in the football show. He said, "You know the oldest saying in football comes to mind? Put your medals on the table. I've got a big table." So there you have it, guys. This is the full developing story, you can say, of Pogba versus Graham Souness. In my opinion, it's getting a bit silly, especially from Graham Souness. He's been on Pogba's case literally since he has signed for United. He's been critical of him, whether he has played or not played. Hey, I wouldn't even be surprised if Graham Souness decided to blame the pandemic on Paul Pogba. Next up, it is the lighting of solidarity towards and appreciation, you can say, towards NHS from Manchester United. You can see on the image how the words Manchester has been only lit up with the letters NHS and United. And in my opinion, what a fantastic thing to do by the club. Hey, despite all the differences between everyone's club, is in these times, the situation that we are in, we are a one team, you can say, and it is such a wonderful sight to see Manchester United's support towards the NHS. And I think, in my opinion, NHS and all the frontline workers has been doing a fantastic job in keeping our country going. And here is what Manchester United's captain had to say. I think first and foremost, every club will be different. I'm having weekly discussions with the club about how we want to go forward and monitor it. That's as much as we can say on behalf of our club. We will continue to evaluate and monitor it weekly. I'm sure every week we will evaluate, see where we're at, and see if we need anything regarding deferrals or wage cuts. Every club will be different, having different circumstances, and I'm sure each captain will be speaking on behalf of their clubs. So there you have it. Maguire has come out and showed support for United in terms of wage deferrals, and him potentially speaking to a lot of captains of a lot of sporting franchises, you can say. And also Manchester United have confirmed that they will not be furloughing any staff, so all their staff is going to be paid full, which is a fantastic thing to do compared to other clubs. I'm not going to name names. Speaking about isolation, I hope everyone's keeping healthy and safe. We have a bit around Dan James on what he has been doing during the isolation. He's got this to say: everyone is staying in touch with the everyday stuff, but you run out of things to say really. You ask them what they are doing and it's the same thing every day. But a lot of the boys are doing a lot of runs, going outside and doing a lot of runs. They are all sending them in, so it's kind of a little competition to see who can get the best 5k time. It has been good, it is nice and competitive still. I think Scott McTominay is winning at the moment, and I don't think anybody is going to top it, but it'll be good to see if I can. So this is around Dan James. Obviously, they are doing a 5k challenge and posting the results amongst each other. He has come out and confirmed that Scott McTominay is at the top of the list. I would have thought Fred would be up there, but it's good to see the Manchester United players, and I'm sure a lot of players around the world will be doing their bit in terms of staying fit, because at the end of the day, the season is not officially over yet. It can be another month before it starts up, it can be 2 months, but at one point the season will start up. No friendlies, straight into competitive games, so it is good to keep going, keep the fitness and the mental attributes ticking. Next up is Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the Spider-Man, the best defensive right back in the world, in my opinion. And he has revealed who's his toughest opponent is. He said, "I say Marcus Rashford, yeah. He's just so unpredictable. When I first joined United and came up against him in training, he was doing things that I just really didn't expect. I thought he'd go a certain way and he'd go the other way. Or I thought he was about to do one thing and he did another. So he's really tricky to play against. I enjoy that though. It's been really good for my own development to test myself against him and other attackers we have at the club." And it is a great thing to see, to be able to train against Marcus Rashford week in, week out. And we know the quality that Marcus Rashford has, the pace, the unpredictable movement that he has. And for someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, it can only improve him. So it's great to see Aaron Wan-Bissaka saying Marcus Rashford is the toughest opponent he has faced in training. Bruno Fernandes, so he has been talking in the podcast and he has revealed how he is excited to play alongside Paul Pogba, much like everybody in Manchester United. I am certainly excited to see Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes in the same team. This is what he has to say. When asked how excited he is to play with Paul, Bruno replied, a lot. I think we have a lot of good players in the midfield. Obviously, Paul is injured from a long time and we all know he has a lot of qualities. We can say in football that people normally forget what you do when you have a mistake. You can do good for 34 games and one game you do bad and everyone will remember that. Paul is coming from a bad moment because of the situation. When he played, also the club and the team was not good. Because the expectations are high for Paul, because Paul is a top player and Manchester United pay a lot for him and the expectations are a lot for him. It's normal when you are in that situation, you don't play like a superstar because everyone expects from Paul, like they expect from Ronaldo at Juventus or Messi at Barcelona. Everyone expects this from Paul in Manchester because they know he has the qualities for this, and also this is confidence in Paul. The team, we have a lot of confidence in Paul. So a lot of solidarity coming out for Paul Pogba, especially from the man of the moment himself, Bruno Fernandes. He cannot wait to see Paul Pogba. He has come out and compared him almost to Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, and in my opinion Paul Pogba has all the technical attributes, the physicality, the presence, the passing range, the dominant ability to be able to dominate games and be a superstar. It's unfortunate he has been out with an injury for most of the season. And let's not forget how good he can be when he is on his form. Sticking to Bruno Fernandes, he was also asked whether he'll choose Roy Keane or Paul Scholes. What a question to ask. He replied, "This is a difficult one. I think the most difficult until now," Bruno mused, "so I don't know. If I can have both, it's better," the former Sporting Lisbon captain joked. "I need the guy behind me kicking everyone and recovering balls like Roy Keane does and have the quality to give the balls to the guy up front. If you look at Roy Keane, he's the kind of player all team needs. Teams play in different ways, but all teams can have him. Doesn't matter if you play possession or on the counter, you need a guy like this normally. I think Roy Keane is an excellent player and he can give me a lot of cover in the back. He also went on to say this about Paul Scholes: to play side by side with Paul Scholes will be fantastic. If I can play with both, I play with Roy Keane in the back and me and Scholes, because me and Scholes can go both in the scoring area. We want to score, we want to be in the area now, and maybe we'll need Roy Keane at our backs. And what a perfect answer Bruno Fernandes had to say. You know, he had to pick between one, but he picked both. To have Roy Keane marshalling the back line and protecting the back line and being devastating in the midfield, as we know, and to have Paul Scholes next to you with the passing ability, the shadow play, the scoring ability, it does bring goosebumps to my hands. So there you have it, everyone. This was all the weekly news roundup relating to Manchester United. I did have a question I did ask in the beginning of the video. My question is, having looked at the Graham Souness and Paul Pogba situation and having discussed this situation with a lot of fans outside of Manchester United, mainly Liverpool fans, they have defended Graham Souness well, saying that medals is the thing that matters the most. So if medals matter, then let's have a bit of a debate in the comment section below. Who is better, Scholes or Gerrard, if medals do matter? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get engaging. I'll catch you guys in the next upload and stay farafari.